Hello everybody, welcome to the third class of exponents, and in the last two classes we had discussed the basics of exponents and also what is the purpose of exponent, how do we represent exponents, how do you read exponent, what is the meaning of exponent, and we also studied about prime factorization and its purpose in exponents. So in the last class we had ended up with giving you certain questions as a homework. So I hope these questions have been solved. You have already solved these questions, but before going into the last class we'll be discussing the answers to these questions. So without wasting much time, let's go into the solutions, right? Alright, so let's take first question. Question is going to be 27 is equal to 3 to the power of n. That means that you have to prime factorize 27 with the number 3 alone. You cannot use any other number. Instead, you cannot use 9, you cannot use 2, you cannot use 5, any other number, but only 3, right? So let's do the prime factorization of 27. First, I'm going to start off with 27 and I'm going to divide it first by 3, and 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9 because it is 9 3s are 27. Again, 9 is going to be divisible by 3. It looks very similar, so I'm going to divisible it by 3. So again, I'm getting the same number to be 3, and again, once again I'm going for 3 and I'm ending up with 1. So you can see that 27 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3. So that means that you are multiplying 3 how many times? 3 times. So in an exponent perspective, your base is going to be 3 and your exponent is also going to be 3. So you will be expressing 27 as 3 to the power of 3, and you are comparing that with 3 raised to n. You are comparing that with 3 raised to n. So what will be the value of n for you? Again, you are getting the same number, 3. So that means that it is a endless loop of 3's that are getting repeated again and again, but still please understand that concept, right? I hope the concept has been clear to you. Now of course we'll be moving on to the next question, and the next question seems to be a large question. It will not be a small question because the number 512 is a huge number and the base happens to be 2 in this case, and we have to find the number exponent, right? So before going that, I'm going to erase this one. I hope if you want to actually write it down, you may write it down along with me, because I'll be erasing each and every prime factorization once I complete that problem. We have only so limited space for us, right? Alright, so let's start with the question. So we'll be starting with the number 512. So we'll be starting off with the number 512, and let's do prime factorization. And first I'm going to write the number 2. Now I'm going to divide it in a particular way without actually, I know that this is an even number and I'm sure that there is no remainder that is going to come up. So I'm going to divide it in my mind and try to come along with me when I do that division. Alright, so it is going to be 512 and I'm dividing it by 2. That means 5. How many times just 2 divisible by 5? It is going to be 2 times. So I'm writing down 2 here. Now what is going to be the remainder? 2 2s are 4. The remainder is going to be 1. You bring down the 1. So 1 and 1 is going to become 11. So 11, you will divide 5 times. You will divide 5 times, so it is going to be give me 10. 5 2s are 10, so again a remainder of 1, and that 1 will be remaining and the 2 will come down, so it is going to be a total of 12. And how many times will 12 be divisible in 6? It is going in 2, it is going to be 6 times, so it is 2 5 6. That is how I did it in my mind. Now doing the regular calculation, it is going to be something like this. It is going to be 2 4 1 1 5 10 1 2. It is going to be 6, so it is going to be 256. This is the calculation that I actually did it in my mind. So I hope you try to do it. I'm not pushing you. Sometimes it may be pushing a limit a little bit farther, but try to do it. It's extremely important that you push your limits in mathematics, because that is how you improve yourself. So when I ask you to try to do it in your mind, try doing it in your mind. If you fail, you can do this method always, because it is always available for you, right? But try to do it in your mind. Again, I have to divide this 256 divided by 2. And when I'm going to divide that 256 by 2, try doing it in your mind, because when you're doing it in your mind, I'll just say how I'm doing it. So 2 2s are 2, 2 and 2 is going to give me 1 time, so nothing is remaining there. So I'll bring down the 5, and 5 it will go 2 times, so it is going to give me 4, and the remainder is 1. 16 will be there. 16 means 8. So that is how I did it in my mind. Now let's go and do it in the regular fashion. So 256, oh my god, 256 did not come out right. Oh, sorry. So let me do it for you. 2 5 and 6. divided by 2 is going to yield me 1, it is going to yield me 2, 0, 5 is going to come down, and in 5 it will go 2 times, so it is going to yield me another 4, so it is going to be 1, and 6 will come down, 16, it is going to 8, so it is going to be 16 and 0. That is going to be my division. So it is going to give me how much? It is going to give me 128. That's fine for me. It is fine for me. So let me again divide it by 2 again. So dividing it by 2 will yield me again, it is going to yield me 64. So I hope you will do it on your own, right? 64. So here you can see it is 12. 12 is going to go how many times? 6 times. So there is nothing remaining, and you have an 8. 8 is going to go 4 times, so it is going to be 64. Now it is going to become easier for you because it is going to be even more simpler. So 2, it is going to give me 32, again 2 is going to yield me 16, again 2 is going to yield me 8, again 2 is going to yield me 4, again 2 is going to yield me 2, again 2 is going to yield me 1. Oh my god, this was so lengthy. It was so lengthy, right? Fine, it is lengthy, but still I'll try to do it. Try to do it on your own in your own words. So if you have doubts, you can of course look into it. Now let me write down. It is going to be, I'm not going to write down it completely because I'll just write down the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh my god, let me count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that means that this is going to be written as 2 to the power of 9. Now you hope you understand what is the purpose of exponent. Think of writing something like this: 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into, oh my god, it's so lengthy. Even I don't feel like writing for you, right? Because it's actually a little bit confusing and difficult. So I chose to write it as 2 to the power of 9. And from comparison, you can see this value is n and this value is 9, means that for the second question, your value of n is equal to 9. I hope the concept is very much clear to you. So shall we move on to the next question, dear friends? So I hope this question has been clear. We are moving on to the next question, and in the next question, you can see that we will be going ahead with the base. Only 7 is going to be your base. The 7 is going to be your base. So I'm going to write down 343, and I'm going to write 7 here. So let me divide that for you. Let me divide that for you for a base second. Please wait for a moment. Let me just clean up this space. Yes, thank you. Thank you for waiting, friends. So it is going to be 343. 343, I'm going to divide it by 7. I'm going to yield 4 times, so it is going to yield me 28, and the difference is going to be 6, and 3 is going to come down. That means it is going to be 9, so it is 63 divided by, so you will end up getting the value to be equal to 49. Now that seems to be good for me because I know that 7 square is 49, or 7 raised to 2 is 49. So again, I'm going to 7 7s are is 49, so I'm going to divide it by 7. I'm going to get 49. 49 is 0. That means that again I'll go to divide by 7. I'll end up getting 7. So again 7 is coming out, so it is equal to 1. That means that I will write this 343 as 7 into 7 into 7, which is standing for 7 to the power of 3. That means your n will be equal to 3. That means your n will be equal to 3. Are you getting it, friends? Are you able to crack it? Are you able to understand this concept? So this is becoming so interesting and simple, right? This is becoming so interesting and simple. So I hope the concept is becoming clearer to you. Now once you go with 3125, now that is going to be even more difficult for you. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult because 3125 is a lengthy number. It is going to be very lengthy. So when I divide it by 5, you are going to see me how quickly I'm going to go through it, right? Because 3125 divided by 5, you know how to divide it. So divide it by yourself. I'll be doing it in my mind because we have done so many divisions till now. I hope you will be able to do it on your own. And if you feel any difficulty, of course feel free to contact me. You know how to contact me, right? Because I'm actually pushing your limits a little bit rather than giving everything to you. That's not the right way to learn maths. When you're actually trying to learn math, you have to be, half should be given to you, the remaining half should be done by you. Only then you will be able to push your limits. So when I'm doing it in your mind, when I'm doing the whole question in my mind, don't copy it down. Instead, try to do it in your mind. If you're not able to do it, try to divide it. And if you feel any confusion in division, of course contact me. You know how to contact me, right? Just do it, man. So dividing it by 3125 yields me 6. So 12 will be remaining, that is going to 2 times. Then again 2 will be remaining, it is going 25. 25 is going to go for 5 times, so it is going to be 625. Now how did I do that? 31 is going to yield me 6 times. 1 is remaining, 1 and 2 will come down, so it is going to be 12, and 12 will yield me 2. 25 will be remaining, so that is going to yield me 5 times. Now again I'm going to look for the next one. So when I'm again dividing by 5, I'm going to divisible by 1. 6 will be divisible by 1, and 1 will be remaining, so it is going to 2 is coming down. So when I'm dividing it by 6 by 5, it will be 1 time, and 1 will be the remainder. 1 will remain and 2 will come down, so it is going to be 12. How many times will 12 go? 2 times. So when I divide it 2 times, it is going to yield, the remainder is going to be 2, and the 5 will come down. 25 will go how many times? 5 times. So that is how it will get 125. Again I'm going to go with 5 because I'm restricted to go with 5, right? I'm restricted to go with 5. So again I'm going to go by 5, and it is going to be the number 12. 12 will go 2 times, and the remainder is also going to be 2. So it is going to be 2, and the remainder is 2, and 5 will come down, and it is going to be 25, and 25 will go how many times? 5 times. So it is going to be 25. Now again it's simple because 5 5s are 25, so it's yielding me that value, and it means it is going to give me 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. So it is going to be how many times 5? 5 times 5. So this is going to be equal to 5 to the power of n, which is equal to 5 to the power of 5. That means that the value of n is going to be equal to how much? My value of n is going to be equal to 5 itself. Now that seems so good. We are able to find that answer. Now the next question is actually very interesting because you are given two numbers here, so you have an option of going with two of them. What is that? You can either go with 7 or you can go with 2. It's our choice. We can do that choice. Whether we have to go with 7, whether we have to go with 2, it's up to us. So let's try it. Let's give it a try. So I hope this question is clear to you, how we got this 3125. Now we are going with the next question, and the next question happens to be 196, and I'm going to divide it by 2 first because 2 is more simpler for me, so I chose 2. 19 means I'll divide it 9 times, so it is going to be 18, and 1 will be remainder, right? 19, and I'm dividing it, so 19 means it will go 9 times, so 9 2s are 18, and a 19 minus 18 is equal to 1, so the remainder is 1, and 16 will come up, and 16 means I'll divide it by 2 times, so it is going to be 898. Again I'm going to divide it by 2, so when I'm dividing it by 2, I'm choosing 9 here. 9 means it will go 4 times, so that means 9 minus 8 is equal to 1, so my remainder is going to be 1. So 4 times, and my remainder is going to be 1, and 18 means it will go 9 times, so it is going to be 49. Now it seems to be very interesting because 49, we know that you cannot use 2 because 49 is not an even number, so that means that you cannot divide it by 2, so you have to stop using 2, and then I'm looking for whether I'll be available, I'm allowed to use 7. That is the next thing that I'm supposed to do, because you are allowed to use either 7 or 2. I chose 2 here, and when I came here I cannot use 2 because it is not an even number. So what will I look for? I look for the possibility of using 7. I will look for the possibility of using the number 7. So let's try to use the number 7. Let's see when I'm using 7. Oh yes, I'm going to use 7. What is 7 7s are? Yes, 7 7s are is going to be 49. So when I divide it, it is going to be 7 coming up here. Again one more 7, it is going to be 1. So that means that I'm going to write this as 7 to the power of 2 into 2 to the power of 2. Now how did I get that? Let me show you. 7 and 7. How many 7s are there? 2 7s. 2 and 2. How many 2s are there? 2 2s. So 7 2 and 7 to the power of 2 and 2 to the power of 2. Now you can do the comparison and you will say that both n and m will have values equal to 2. The value of n happens to be 2. Also the value of m also happens to be 2. Coincidentally, we get the same value for both these cases, for these variables, right? I hope the concept is clear to you. Regarding the concept of exponents, nice. So once we go ahead with that idea, let's go with 400, and let's see, we have the liberty to use two numbers, 4 and 5. So let's start up, dear friends. Let's start up. So I'm going to delete this 196 with me. Yes, so it is going to be how much? It is going to be 400. So I have the liberty of using 4 and 5, so I'm starting off with 4, because I know that 400 by 4 is equal to 100. 400 by 4 is equal to 100. So that seems to be nice. Let me just, please wait for a moment, friends. Please wait for a moment. Yes, fine, fine. So I'm going ahead with 400 and I'll get 100. Again I'll divide it by 4 because I know that 100 is divisible by 4, so I choose to use 4. I'm ending up with 25. So you have to do the division on your own, alright? So I want you to do the division on your own because you're all in you're such huge kids, you know. I'll not be teaching division for you. So if you want to know division, of course there are videos that shows division to you, but of course you have to try it on your own because you're so big, you know, you're big students. Okay, you're not small kids, you're big students. So it is going to be 25, and let me know that I know that 25 and 4 is not going to match each other. So let me check for the availability of any other number, and it seems to be 5. So let me use 5. I'll get another 5 and 5 and 1. So that means that I'm going to read as 4 to the power of 2 into 5 to the power of 2. That means that by comparison I will end up getting n equal to 2, and I'll end up getting m is also equal to 2. So again I got the same values for both n and m, and these are just coincidental. Okay, it is not necessary that you will always end up getting the value of 2 for everything. It is not like that. I accidentally wrote the values like that and I ended up with getting the values of 2. So that's next time I'm sure that you will end up getting some different values for both n and m, right? So let's see, I'm looking for 400 again, but this time there is a catch here. I am not allowed to use 4, instead I am allowed to use only 2 here. So let's try with 402. What is going to happen? So I am having 400, I am going with the 2, I'll get 200. Again I'm going with the 2, I'll get 100. Again I'm going with the 2, I'll get 50. I'll go with the 2, I get 25. So that's it. Till 25 I can go ahead with 2, but once I reach 25, that's it. Now I cannot go ahead with 2. Now what is it that I'm supposed to use? Should look for whether I'm allowed to use any other number. I'm allowed to use 5. So let's use 5. So it is going to be 5, 5, 5, 1. Yes, that's it. So that means that I'm allowed to use 2 how many times? 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this is going to be used 2 times. So this will be written as 2 to the power of 4 into 5 to the power of 2. Aha, I got a break, I got a break, I got a break, because I'm going to get n is equal to 4. Oh, finally I got something different from 2. But again, m happens to be equal to 2. Still, next time maybe I'll make sure that I'll not getting the same question. Alright, so you can see that we just solved all the homework questions from the last class. So I think it has been clear to you. So we have discussed all the questions, and these questions are extremely important for you, just so that you get the idea. And you should note that I did not focus much on division in this class. If you feel that you find division to be difficult for you, if you find that division to be difficult for you, you have to ensure that you study it separately, because it is completely separate from this topic, and I'll not be teaching like that here. So if you want more classes about division, you know where to look and find out the classes. And if you have any doubt, just contact me. You know how to contact me through our application. Just message me in any way possible. So just message me and try to find out how to do it. Alright, so I hope the questions has been clear. Of course, this video is actually very lengthy right now. It has crossed almost 15 minutes now. I don't want to create videos longer than 15 minutes, so I'll be just skipping on to the next video. So we'll be continuing the concepts in the next class. In the meanwhile, look here and try to identify a pattern, and this pattern will be something that I'll be using in the next class. So thank you for watching, dear friends. I'll be seeing you in the next class with the next video, in which we'll be going ahead with the next topic, which is going to be laws of exponents, and it'll be really interesting and funny. Just trust me, and I'll be seeing you in the next class. Thank you, everyone. It's me, Nikhil, signing off from this video. Goodbye.